Fina2112, so go ahead and take that away.
Hello, everyone. My name is Fina2112, and I am a variety streamer here on Twitch. F.E.A.R is one of my favorite games of all time, and I used to hold the world record for the glitchless speedrun, which I will be showcasing for everybody now.
Hello, everyone. I'm astriothehorrorgirl. I speedrun F.E.A.R myself. I speedrun horror games. I play horror games. And I love this game so much. I'm really excited and honored to be here as part of Fina's run.
And I'm sorry, did you get my intro there, Astrid?
I did.
Oh, all right. Thank goodness. I hadn't heard anything aside from what you said. All right. We're allowed to do this on low difficulty, so that is what we are going to be playing. The time will start when I hit enter after this loading screen. And as soon as I do, we're going to be doing some cutscene skips. I'm going to get them done in about a second and a half because the storyline doesn't matter. This is a speed run. It's glitchless, so we're running and gunning and shooting. All right. Time begins in 3, 2, 1. Begin.
Fina can skip those cutscenes so fast because the game is in windowed mode. You can't actually skip them that quickly when the game is running full screen for whatever reason. We've got a lot of things that are going to happen in tech pretty soon. First of all, Fina is going to run towards this fence, but instead is going to jump over because it's faster instead of trying to shoot the boards. So that's why Fina goes over there. Next, there is a door that the game just kind of lets you jump through. So why not, instead of waiting for the door to just open for you? And then after that, it is pretty much a piece of cake. The intro level is kind of just that. It shows you a bunch of spooky things, dissolving people, people disappearing, occasional what's that out of the corner of your eye, and fun things like that. And then we also get to meet our team partner here, Jankowski, who's going to open this door for us. Sometimes he's a little slow on doing that, which is why Fina was moving back and forth near him to try to activate the trigger to get him moving.
Yeah, sometimes if you're not careful, he can just sit there. I see you in chat. I killed the rat. I'm sorry. That's a holdover from the any percent players. They will tell you that they used to kill the rat to bless the run. Unfortunately, animals were harmed in this run.
This is one of the things in the game is there are skippable cutscenes and unskippable cutscenes. The first level has both, and sometimes one right after the other, which is an interesting choice. And this is where we first get bonked by Paxton Fettel, who we spend most of the game trying to hunt and kill. He's a telepathic cannibal, which is such a fun villain.
Yeah, he basically learns your knowledge and memories by eating you. And it's horrifying, and he psychically controls 1,000 super soldiers. And that's who we have to go and find and kill.
Indeed.
Chat, we will be right back with the game. Thank you so much for being patient with us. I have a $20 donation from Ann Ford. There is no comment, but thank you so much for your donation. Chat, how y'all doing? You having a good night? I know I am. I'm so excited to be here today. We are raising money for Malala Fund, which just is a phenomenal charity. And again, I can't thank you all enough for helping us get to $22,000 already. You all are absolutely amazing. I have a $20 anonymous donation. No comment left, but anonymous. Thank you so much. And going back to that phenomenal prize segment, I have $10 from Failed Uplink. I need that floppy disk so I can pet my favorite dog, the Stoat. Thank you so much for your donation. Alshline donates $25 and they say, less than 3 flame fatales. Thank you so much for that. I agree. It's a very good event. It's a very good event, and so many people put so much work into it to make it happen, and that includes you all who are watching, listening right now, donating. Thank you so much for your time. It means so much to all of us. Anonymous donates $5. There is no comment, but Anonymous, thank you for your donation. And JJ Wildheart donates $5. No comment, but JJ, thank you so much. I have a $25 donation from Night Flyer. No comment, but Night Flyer, thank you so much for your donation. And chat, if you are just joining us, we are raising money for Malala Fund. Malala Fund is working for a world where every girl can learn and lead. With more than 130 million girls out of school today, Malala Fund partners with education advocates and activists who are breaking down barriers that hold girls back. All of your donations are going to that. Thank you again. It's just an amazing charity, and it means so much to me and to everyone involved that we are raising so much money for them. Thank you again. Rubane donates $40. There is no comment, but thank you so much for your donation. And chat, I don't know if you noticed, but tomorrow we start off with RoboCop 2003, and there is a incentive open for that. There is a boss fight exhibition that is a $2,000 need. We have $455 out of that, so we are only, about $1,545 away from meeting that already. If we can get that met, we can see a boss fight exhibition, which would be super fun. Anonymous donates $25 with no comment, but Anonymous, thank you very much. Claire Elizabeth donates $5 and they say, meow, less than 3. I guess we had so much talk about dogs, they wanted to include the cats as well. I have 5 cats, chat. I have 5 cats. I have Egg, Toast, Quarter Pony, Oliver, and Persephone, so I appreciate the meow. MVH donates $20. There is no comment, but thank you so much, MVH. Again, it's every single one of you that helps make this event possible. So it's just amazing to see the absolute outpouring of love and support for our runners, our staff, our volunteers. Thank you so much. Also, chat, I'm seeing you replying. Yeah, Egg and Toast, they're brother and sister. I love them very much. Egg is very tiny and Toast is very floofy. They're fantastic cats. Quarter Pony has never thought a single thought in her entire life. It's phenomenal. Feel free to send in a donation and tell me your pet's names. It does not have to be a cat or a dog. I would love to see them all. I absolutely love animals, so feel free to let me know about yours. I will call each of them a good boy, good girl, good cat, good dog, whatever it is they are. They are very good. Anonymous donates $50. There's no comment, but Anonymous, thank you very much for your donation. Drury donates $20 and they say, huzzah. Huzzah indeed. Thank you very much. Ed is everywhere donates $10 with less than 3. Tech team, less than 3. Thank you, Ed. I agree. Our tech team is doing a phenomenal job. They are always just on the ball with everything, getting things, making sure that they are absolutely perfect for you all. So big shout outs to our tech team. And speaking of such, we are ready to jump right back into F.E.A.R. So again, thank you, tech team. And let's go back to Fina2112.
Hello, everyone. So sorry about that. Little audio problem, but basically what happened was we finished that very first intro section, and we're about to begin the game in earnest. Thank you very much, tech team, for taking care of that problem for us. Really appreciate it. All right.
Tech team is an amazing team.
Without any further ado, I am going to resume the game. So resuming time, if it paused, in 3, 2, 1, begin. Again, so sorry about that.
If there's not technical difficulties, would it even be a marathon event? But tech team is always on it. Tech team is always great. At the beginning of this level here, you just are going to run up the stairs and pull this lever, and then horrible, terrible things are going to happen to your teammates, because it's a horror game. You can't have teammates in a horror game, so something has to happen. But there is a moment here where they try to give you an unskippable cutscene, but we're speedrunners. We can't have that.
Skip it.
So yeah, we skip it. There is a little angle you can run into this gate, and if you do it right, no cutscene. Exactly like that. And it just
It's
looks
harder
like,
than it looks.
yeah, it is. It takes a lot of practice. But there's a little cutscene trigger there, and if you run correctly, you just miss it. Here's some of those super soldiers that F.E.A.R wants to kill us with, but we have fast things to do. There's this little jump that Fina does here. It doesn't look like it saves a lot of time, but it does. It actually saves more time than it looks.
And it's terrifying. I've lost so many runs there, especially since the very beginning, and it's just an open pit. It puts you back like 12, 15 seconds, something like that. It's...
Yep. This game has so many little moments where it's like, oh, you can save 5 seconds here, or you can lose a whole lot of time. What do you think? And the panic that ensues.
I'll choose the 5 seconds every time.
Absolutely.
Hey, we actually got a guy. The reason that we kill him is to set these enemies on alert, and so that they move forward.
Otherwise, they hang back in this little room that, like that person. You try to alert them, but sometimes they just want to stay put, and it can be a little frustrating.
We're supposed to have that person waiting at the far end, and not be alerted, but oh well. We're gonna do a lot of melee attacking in this game.
Yes.
Our legs are our most powerful weapon, aside from the remote mine detonator, which you will see very shortly. But I just broke 2 men's ankles with a single slide tackle, and they do not get back up.
So this tactical grenade throw here, you can get rid of most of the enemies just by a good grenade throw right there. And then that person gets stunned, and you can just run on in, and they don't know how to come down here to pursue you. So you're good. Just you and the ghosts and the Skelly boys, who are currently taking a nap on the floor in a pool of blood. Just, you know.
That's not blood, that's raspberry jam.
You're right, my bad.
They're just enjoying the bone zone right there.
That's all that's going on. Got it. Good jumps. And here, if you are Fina, you probably won't get the glitch that I am forever cursed with, where you fly through this window and that blacks out and then goes to the next level, but there is a 1 in 10,000 chance that you just go through the window and you're just on the other side. Soft locked forever. And then that's always disappointing.
If you're Astrid, it's a 1 in 8 chance.
Yes, it is.
Doesn't appear to be
The only person that happens to as well, in fact.
Worry about that later.
It's my curse.
You gotta take that fucker out fast.
You want to
Jin
talk about
has...
Jin? Yeah, hot dog fingers. You want to
Yeah.
talk about her hot dog fingers?
She was originally intended to be a sniper in the game.
Now move.
And so that's a holdover in her costuming. She's got these like special gloves, but it looks like her fingers are hot dogs. And we'll be able to see them again later. I'll show you. Oh, will I show you?
No shit. My people are right in
So
the middle
up
of it.
here is a little fun trick. Right now, Fina's cutting some corners, but if you get this timing right on this bridge, it should just teleport you to the other side.
Well,
Not quite
I
that time, but...
ran a little faster, but it didn't teleport me.
And that jump down that pit requires some practice too. If you just land in the pit, you just die. But if you do it properly, with lots of practice, you can just take no damage and survive that fall. Over there, that blue glow is a health booster. We're not going to grab it, but there is a fun little jump scare if you do grab it, which, you know, it's F.E.A.R. It's great.
I just noticed somebody in chat said they just noticed the F.E.A.R. shirt. Yes. So this shirt exists IRL, and a friend of mine gave me a shirt that says Fina encounters Alice romance. So now my VTuber has a copy of it as well, and it's me and Alice Wade in a heart in the center of the shirt.
That's phenomenal.
Y'all will meet Alice Wade a little bit later. She's beautiful and wonderful, but she's also the killer of speedruns.
You'll understand why we don't like her in a little while. We throw a grenade just to get them to not shoot at us and to get them away from the ladder. It doesn't matter if they die or not.
Yeah, and jumping on the ladders, you always want to jump toward the ladders because the ladders take time to climb. And if you jump up and then attach yourself to the ladder, then you saved a bunch of time by not climbing up all the way from the bottom, because you're saving, like, depending on the ladder, like 3 to 4 seconds jumping up.
Open it. Sometimes they don't want to open the door. So we
Here
just
is coming
command
up
them.
yes, here is coming up a big skip. Jumping to that window over there with a crouch jump. Perfectly done. That saves like 40 seconds.
Yeah, otherwise we have to run all the way around the outside, but our friend here just wants to give us a hug.
Yeah.
Aw, thank you for the hug, Bone Zone. Appreciate you.
Jen, any word on Jankowski?
No.
Doing those little leg slides right there, it does save quite a bit of time. Oh, reach through the window, grab a grenade.
Yeah, I just grabbed a grenade through a plate glass window.
Doing those little leg slides, they do help. Otherwise, you have to crouch walk, and that's slower than sliding. And there's a timing thing based upon that. If you are going, if you mistime it, then it just forces you into the crouch, and you have to crouch through. So there's a whole timing of like slide, slide, slide that you have to manage. Eventually, it just becomes muscle memory, but it takes a little bit of figuring out when you first start. Shotgun person?
Give me the shotgun.
Nice.
Maybe it's a good start. And we punch that guy in the face. And
Here's
take
one of
him
the most
down.
frustrating skips in the whole game.
It's
Good
a very
luck.
precise jump. Let's hope I get it. Nope. So we quick save in the back there, quick load, and then we get it on the
Good
second
job.
try.
Second try is not bad on that one. That's a killer of runs.
It's 4 tries before it would have been faster for you to do it the normal way, and I missed
Yeah.
a second medkit. I am I'm in rough shape right now. It doesn't seem like it, but I'm planning ahead for another part of the run.
There's a lot of shooting coming up and a lot of damage to tank through.
Shit, looks like these fuckers are pulling out. seeing a substantial mobilization on the satellite.
Also note that Fina here is going to look down and then jump backwards through the water. It is, I don't know why, but it launches you a little bit higher.
It's just the easiest way to get out of the water.
Yeah.
Where is I don't know what you're talking about. Some secrets get buried deeper than others, but I know where to dig. No, wait, you've got the wrong guy.
Hush now, Mr. Moody. The time for talk is done.
Please, no!
Fettel
Jump
did
scare.
not listen. He did it anyway. He's
Yeah.
a jerk like that. All right, this is a scary
Quick
jump.
fall. Yep.
Oh no!
Oh, got
it's gonna
caught on the
stick me. Yeah, that normally doesn't happen, but we just skipped a ladder and a small slowdown cutscene featuring Jankowski in a jump scare by doing that.
You don't think that you would stick to things in this game until you start speedrunning it, and then you realize that you're actually wearing a bodysuit made out of Velcro, and you stick to everything.
Yeah, it is. That is entirely accurate. That's one of my many most favorite things to say about this is John F.E.A.R. wears a suit that is made entirely out of Velcro and duct tape. So we get a little spooky section here.
Yeah.
We gotta kill a little ghosty. Mm-hmm. We say hi to our mom. Mwah. There you go. All right, small jump scare coming out of this tunnel.
Yep.
There you go.
There you go.
All right,
Now,
so
there's
refill all
Bill
weapons.
Moody. Yep. Refilling all weapons, reloading, getting prepared for a fight. But it's just going to be combat for a while, so it's a good time for any donos or anything like that.
Thank you, thank you. I have a $20 donation from Doodlebee. They do not leave a comment, but thank you so much for your donation. Also, the RoboCop 2003 Boss Fight Exhibition is at a little over $480 out of $2,000. If we get that met, that will be something that happens tomorrow morning or afternoon for the RoboCop 2003 run. We have a $50 donation from Anonymous. There is no comment but Anonymous. Thank you so much. And also another donation from Anonymous for $125.
Holy wow.
Thank you so much for your donations. We are at $22,120. Thank you all so much for your kindness, your generosity, and everything you're doing for Malala Fund.
Thank you so much for all those donations. It really is a very good cause. And honestly, Flame Fatales, GDQ, and everything that the speedrunning community does to raise money and support for charities is remarkable. Y'all are the best. Thank you for being supportive and wonderful folks.
All right, I'm hoping that I don't die on this little skip here, but this cuts out about a minute worth of time. You can see right here that there's a guy putting down these remote mines. Well, we're gonna shoot them and it blows up an electrical box. The electrical box puts a beam out in front, and we can just use slow-mo and spam medkits, but there's a rhythm to it, and it's very particular.
It probably took me more than 100 tries to figure out how to do this properly, and I still mess up sometimes.
Easy peasy, we got
Good
this.
Good job.
First
Yeah,
try,
that
let's go.
saves so much time being able to go through there. Like Fina said, like close to a minute. This is one of the most finicky moments in the game because of all the enemies in it. If you ever hear people talk about fear outside of the context of just speedrunning and horror games, people will endlessly talk about how good the AI in this game is. They are smart, they are tactical, and this is a 2005 game. It's really unprecedented. However, it is really unfortunate for speedruns because no matter how many times you speedrun this game, you cannot predict what they are going to do. They
shot that barrel instead of me.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say the thing that runners say, and then people are like, haha, she's saying the thing. That's never happened before. They've never actually shot that barrel instead of me being the one to do it.
And the whole term of that's never happened before with F.E.A.R is almost a given per run. And like, I've run this game hundreds of times, Fina's run this game hundreds of times, and we still get that. It's just such a crazy game when you look at what the AI do and how they interact with you.
Can you go down? Thank you. All right. Well, that was a little bit longer than it should have been, but very close to how the fight is supposed to look. Now, we're going to clean up all the bodies that we can, which is probably just going to be these 3 or 4. And I'm going to just glide them along the ground and then kick them through the fence. Because we clean up our messes. Mama didn't raise no slob. Get out of here. Hello, that's our helicopter. That's our ride out of here.
Upcoming is the shortest split in the game. It is almost all combat, and it's also very, like, it front loads a lot of really tough AI moments. It's a great level.
It really, really is. And this has probably the best one-liner in the whole thing. So if we're quiet right here, we'll be able to hear it. These 2 guys right here, they're very excited to go with John F.E.A.R into this building.
Man, I live for this shit. Get your pants.
And there they go, because you cannot have teammates in a horror game. You just can't.
He should have kept his dick in his pants.
You should have.
It will never not be funny to me. Oh, baby, a triple. We got him.
Triple kill with the foot slide. Really, really good.
Broke 3 men's ankles. Put me into FIFA. Get another 2.
Very good. It's very lucky that they're all hanging out next to each other.
That's all right. We got it. Nope. Never mind. I spoke too soon. It's fine, TM. It's fine. Hey, there we go. Perfect.
Indeed.
And that's the fastest
This
split in the game.
is my favorite level of the game when playing through casually. As going through this is a very spooky level. You've got, what's that thing in the ceiling that's being terrifying. You have an introduction of the new enemies, which are these really fast ninja folks who we'll see the first one here in a second. Jumping through the window.
Yeah, he just combat rolls through the glass. We've also picked up the best weapon in the game, which is the remote mine detonator. It makes a very satisfying sound. And it one-shots most enemies.
Indeed.
If they're not a heavy, it's gonna one-shot them. Because it counts as you having equipped a weapon in your hand. So...
That's another thing to note about movement in this game is all of the guns in this game have a different weight and therefore a different profile of how much they slow you down when you have them out. So there's people who've noted that having the shotgun out, you move faster than if you have 2 pistols out and things like that. The handle, it basically doesn't take any of your speed away, but it counts as the same as a melee from one of the weapons. So it's basically having a one-hit kill melee in your hands without slowing down.
Shit, it's a civilian. Give him a comm link.
And that is Ginger Dennis Nedry.
Who are you people?
That is Norton Mapes, and he is pretty universally the most hated character in this entire game.
Can you help me get into the network? What am I?
All right, so I threw a couple of mines down here because we've got some enemy spawns later on. And we fooled around picking up some med kits because we can't skip this.
No, you can't. It's on a separate network.
We can knock, let us in, but he won't until that dialogue is done.
Back that way. When do you want us to bring down
If you stick around and hang out with Norton Mapes back there,
That's the problem.
if you hang out, eventually he pulls out a bag of chips that look like Cheetos, but they're not. They say cheesy poos on them. And he says, "You want some of my cheesy poos? Too bad, you can't have any."
It might be the most Eric Cartman thing I've ever heard in my entire life. All right, so we go get that security button.
Yep.
That's so rude, bud. There we go, that's better.
There is that.
Once again, demonstrating the power of the
Detonator.
The detonator. Just swipe, you're dead. Swipe, you're dead. There is
We got it.
Awesome. There is a lot of level to go with very little speed strats. So, Nichole Goodnight, if there's more donos or things to say, feel free.
There sure are. I have $10 from Frosty Klondike, who says, "Let's go, Fina." Thank you very much for your donation. And I have $30 from NextZero that says, "Everyone from Night Scale's chat are cheering you on for a good run. Good luck."
Thank you so much, Frosty and Nightscale's chat. And there's actually quite a bit more time. We got about another minute or so of running. Anything the characters say, doesn't matter. We're not here for the story. We're here for a speed run.
Exactly.
Secure the site and wait for Jen.
Well, then, absolutely. Earlier, before your run, I asked people for good pet names that they have, because I led on to chat that I have Egg Toast, Quarter Pony, Persephone, and Oliver. And I got a $25 donation from Anonymous that says, "I have a dog named Zuby, a.k.a. Zumbini, a.k.a. Zumbingus, a.k.a. Zubert Dubert, a.k.a. Zomber, a.k.a. Zombumbivdil, a.k.a. Zimbus Bimbus, a.k.a. Soggy Nandias, dog of dogs, and a cat named Ezekiel, a.k.a. Zeke, a.k.a. Zeka Bookum, a.k.a. any conceivable permutation of Zekum Beepers, a.k.a. Little Screamlin, a.k.a. My Little Butthead.
Zika Bookum, I'm dying. It's so good.
I love pet names like this. I love all the absolutely wild nicknames people come up for their pets. It's my favorite thing.
All right, we're cleaning up these bodies again, and we are putting the skeletons into the Bone Zone Mark II. And then we're looking at Jin's hot dog fingers.
There's no brass lying around either. These
Yes.
guys didn't fire a shot.
It's important to point out the hot dog fingers.
It is. And you mentioned you have a pet named Oliver. I have a cat named Oliver as well. He's a sweet little black cat.
Mine's a sweet little sweet big orange cat.
Sweet boy is named Ollie. Let's go.
I love them very much. Oliver, all the purrs is another name to call it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
All the purrs. I love him very much.
All right, so we're about to meet another one of the NPCs, who is I wouldn't say vital to the story, but he's on a task force, which you'll know that he was important for story purposes.
Give him a count.
Indeed. We have to
He's-
give him this comm link, and then once we do give it to him, then we're free to go about our business and
Sit tight, mister.
just carry on. We're going to this room with a whole bunch of elevators,
Okay, buddy.
and so if you plan accordingly and just get set up, it's no problem. Otherwise, this turns into a very large fight. So right now there's a mine there. Takes care of that person. Fina knows the order in which the elevators open, so Fina can just wait for them to come through, basically.
It's so satisfying.
It is.
Also, I'm gonna kiss somebody in a second.
Yes, there is this lovely character named Douglas Holliday, who is, well, frankly, we love him. And,
He's gorgeous.
And as you're about to see,
Any way to get these gates open?
he loves us too.
Definitely no.
It's really romantic.
He's the demo man that they called. All right. Hi, Douglas. There you go. Perfect.
Here goes.
We smooching. That's weird.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I didn't melee attack. I looked right at him, and I'm holding out the... All right, so if you look at the shadow of Point Man holding the detonator, he holds it out directly in front of him with a straight arm, and he kind of looks like, you ever see that scene in Anchorman where Brick Tomlin has the grenade in his hand? And he's just running straight arm out at people with the pin out. It looks exactly like that, so you can imagine that's what we look like.
The shadow of Point Man in this game is very humorous many times.
I'm trying to see if I can look down and we can see it. It doesn't look like the lighting is good here.
If you've ever seen the Tom Clancy logo for Tom Clancy games, imagine if you could only move like that.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
And only that pose.
It's exactly the pose that you have. And then imagine 8 of those in the multiplayer lobby when they used to have multiplayer for this game. It's incredible.
Betters, I'm pretty much done here.
There's a short little, like, skip coming up that Fina does that I don't do because it scares me so much.
All right, it's super satisfying, though. That's weird. All right, so it's a quick jump, punch the window, and then crouch in order to get through it. But you only have about a foot of space in front of you once you do.
So
and you can fall right off of that.
Yep, and then you die and you go back a ways, but it's horrifying to me. So I just go, I'll lose 2 seconds here. And that's why Fina is a better runner of this game than me.
Oh my god, that was so greedy. Oh, not good.
Good fall, though. Whenever you fall from that spot, you save time instead of going the normal way. Good grenade throw.
That grenade is art. I love it.
Yeah. You want to fall on that little sawhorse down there that Fina did because you don't lose
30
as
less
much
damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, split over. Mr. Bishop's looking forward to getting the hell out of here. However, we've got a little problem with that.
Yep.
That is our evac helicopter, and the replicas are shooting at it.
This little jump up here gets you right up into the door where all our friends are waiting, apparently.
Hello, let me through. Thank you. Thanks, buddy. We'll take the armor.
Yep, want to make sure that you have some health going into these enemies, which we find out, oh no, Bishop, you've been killed.
Yeah, ATC security.
Yep, ATC security has betrayed us, who are these sleeveless looking cop dudes. They have less health than the replica soldiers do, but they do more damage. So you have to, when you're speedrunning, be concerned about taking more damage from them because we don't have time to really fight back against all of them. So we have to tank a lot of that damage, and they're just going to simply do more damage to the player.
I jumped into that gigantic pit because it skips a cutscene where the piping drops out from underneath you. And if you're quick enough and you run back down that hallway, that explosion doesn't catch you in it and you don't get thrown back into the water. Now, there's a little bit of flashing lights here. You may want to put the warning up if you just want to be safe, because this means the gas main in the building is entirely blown.
So from right here, Fina's going to do another skip of just good timing on health kits to run through this fire. Good job. You only used, I think, 4?
I used 5. I picked up the one immediately after it to make up for it.
You can make a skip going up that ladder there with the fire on your back, but it requires you to use every health kit, and you have to have full health kits to do it. It's really, really difficult. And it can sometimes not be worth it because you slow down at the top of it anyways. You can lose a lot of time if you don't get it on the first try.
And the flashing lights warning is over. We are through that section where everything was exploding. We're actually going to turn power back on in the building right now. So we jump up those ladders like Astrid said at the beginning because anytime we can, that's what we want to do. That's why we threw that mine directly in the front there. It takes care of one of the enemies, usually two of them, but it also hurries the heavy up out of the elevator.
Yep. The heavy does not want to be in the elevator. If you go in there with him, when the door closes, he runs on out like, no, I don't want to go down. I'm not going where you're going. I'm out of here.
We put the fear of God in him.
Absolutely.
Side of the research area from you. You're going to have to hustle to intercept.
This is the second shortest split in the game. It is
Only by a few seconds.
It is called Sayonara Sucker, which is such a fun name for a level, for such an unfortunate thing to happen.
Oh, that was an unfortunate start to that, but...
Hello?
Ah,
You don't
yes.
lose too much time, you good.
Norton Mapes himself.
Mm-hmm.
You guys. What are you doing here? The elevators are offline. Those soldiers are everywhere. You've got to find a security office.
Nichole Goodnight, if you've got some more donos or things to talk about, now's a pretty good time for that, as we're just running past folks who are in the way.
Absolutely. I have $10 from the Wackerly that says Teal Streaks speeds by Fina the Bongsmith. Too fast for the naked eye. Fina the Bongsmith.
Thank you, Ackerley.
I hear that as the song in my head, and I will be thinking that probably the rest of the night. I also have a $25 donation from Anonymous. There is no comment, but Anonymous. Thank you very much for your donation.
Appreciate it.
And here's the line. Norton Mapes just... Yep, Norton Mapes just left us behind and took our elevator out of here, and there he goes, saying sayonara sucker all the way.
So the reason that I was called the bongsmith there is I do a little bit of amateur blacksmithing on the side.
Because Fina is amazing.
That's really cool.
Just in case you were curious why that is
I super was.
So this is, when you're doing a casual gameplay, this is the first level that really makes you go, oh, this is a difficult video game. This is one of the first truly difficult levels of the game. Fina threw that grenade earlier because there's that little cylinder that was in the way, so that Fina can now drop down. Originally it was blocking, but Norton Mapes turned on the security system, which lowers all these big machine gun turrets from the ceiling to shoot you, and they just grind away at your health. And we just run past them and everything. Fina went in with a good amount of armor, which is nice. But if you get into this section, if you get into this section with not a lot of health and not a lot of armor, trying to speedrun it, it could be the end of your run if you're not careful. It is really tricky, but Fina has this under control because Fina is amazing.
I have 6 med kits, so we'll be good. But there's one on the other side of me too, so that's why you take damage from 2 of them right there. Not 1, but 2 of them. Imagine the sheer audacity of these fools. They're in the same hallway. Who puts 2 security turrets there?
Fina did a little jump down there that lands you directly on a health kit. It's pretty handy. Normally you have to go this alternate route all the way. It saves quite a bit of time to be able to just jump down into that little hole. I'm not even sure that that's an intentional thing in the game, but you can do it.
I don't think it is. Oh,
That's happened to me so many times.
Not like this.
There's a big robot dude that shoots rockets at you.
Oof.
The reason that Fina did that little jump forward double kick like Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat isn't just for style points, even though it is very stylish, but those rockets, they will push you backwards if they hit you. And when they push you backwards, you know, it stops you from going forward. You lose time. It can just pin you against a wall and you just take damage, unable to go forward. But the animation of you running forward, jumping, and kicking, nothing can stop you from doing that. So you just go through any explosions. The slide kicks do that also.
The both of them. All right, well, not bad.
There's a really, really awesome turret you can control here that you can kill all these enemies in this room. We're not going to do it because we're speedrunning, but essentially this room is very, very difficult if you're not speedrunning through it, because you can just run past these dudes, but casually going through, it's horror.
If you don't know that the turret is there, and you just like crouch jump through that window, you're like, oh my god, there's 30 guys. Why are there 30 guys? That would be why. You're supposed to use that to kill them all.
Yes. This
and
is
you know
after
what?
image. Oh, go ahead.
I see somebody in chat that's like, just kick the rockets out of the air. Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
That's my headcanon, is I literally just kick the rockets.
If anyone could do it, John F.E.A.R could do it. This level is the darkest level in the game. And fun fact about that is a lot of people who speedrun this speedrun it without the shadows on, lowest quality possible, and things like that. Even if you have the shadows off, the shadows are on this level. Don't know why. They're just here. They exist. This level has to be the darkest level. The shadows persist through whatever graphic setting you set the game on.
Yeah, a little unfortunate, but oh well. Excuse me, guys, coming through. Don't mean to interrupt your firefight here, but
they have a fight there, and you can stand there and watch the whole fight take place if you want. 9 out of 10 times, the super soldiers beat ATC security, but every once in a while, ATC comes out on top.
Figure out what settles faster.
But we don't have time to watch the fight. We're going fast.
oh, I thought I got both of them for a second. I only got one. Why were you looking that way? It wasn't even down the hallway. Oh my god.
Well, that person's being frustrating.
Yeah, that was rough.
Now, this is one of those moments where you have to consider the jump or slide kit, perhaps, because right there, firing those rockets, that could have pushed Fina back real far. Good grenade throw. Nice. I love that guy with the particle weapon was just waiting there for you, Fina.
He was.
Awfully kind of him.
Very. Did I get the lights? I didn't get the light switch, but we don't need it anyway. We have a flashlight that has about 20-second battery.
Indeed.
Thankfully, though, it recharges itself, so that's nice.
So now we are on to the longest and most frustrating split of the entire run.
And you're about to meet my wife.
Indeed. It is the inspiration for Fina's shirt. Alice Wade, sometimes she doesn't cooperate, and you need her to cooperate so you can go fast, but sometimes she doesn't want to cooperate and wants you to go slow. So as much as we try to go fast, sometimes the run comes down to whether or not Alice Wade wants you to go fast or not.
More often than not, she does not want you to go fast.
Yeah.
I think the fastest individual level run of this that I know of is Dvega, who is a runner of the any % category, who did glitchless individual levels, just to see how fast he could do them. He's got a 7:13. I have a 7:15. So I lose time in this split a lot because my PB is like so very tightly timed. But speaking of PBs, I had one on Saturday, and it was a very large PB. I took 45 seconds out of my record.
Which is incredible, Fina. You're just so good at running this game. Like, I'm always impressed by you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So we're going to use one of the actual remote mines instead of just slapping somebody, and then we're going to slap somebody.
Mm-hmm. Here is the ATM skip of the game. It can be pretty tricky to get. First try. Amazing.
First try.
Good job. That stops some enemies from spawning because you're supposed to go up the stairs and go around, and there's a trigger on the stairs to spawn some enemies. But if you make that jump, not only do you save time, but it stops some enemies from being in your way, which is always good.
I ain't dealing with them later. I figured I would just use a shotgun now. Like 2 seconds slower, but I don't want to chance it. Get out of here.
Good job. The second turret, like that other turret that we didn't get to see, is also in this room, but we don't get to use it because we're going fast. And I'm still petitioning. We should have turret percent as a speedrun because they're so much fun and I love them. And I just want to be able to use them in a speedrun.
Enemy movement says that that's a bad idea, but
indeed,
believe me, I want it to. Oh my God, they didn't run forward.
Yeah, that's
a weird champ moment.
Yeah.
Oh, please, no, not like this.
They are in weird spots right now.
They are. All right, one down there, one down here. Yeah, get out of the way. One down there, one down there. Shoot the fire extinguisher and then back to our detonator.
We are... Oh, he didn't care.
He did not care. He wasn't even alerted, which is kind of really strange.
Alice Wade is providing us with a bunch of those have never happened before moments. So we're about to meet Alice Wade. Fina's trying to get right into Alice Wade as fast as possible to start the dialogue and conversation so that Fina can just clear out the enemies as best as possible before we have to escort Alice Wade to the elevators. So right now, she's having a conversation with your boss, Rowdy Betters, discussing about why helicopters should be taken and why helicopters should not be taken. Spoiler alert, she's right. Helicopters, all they do in this game is crash. I don't think they actually fly at all in this game.
I definitely shoot one down.
Yeah, Fina's gonna shoot one down later, which is questionable morality, but, you know, it's all in good fun.
Hurry!
I'm stopping to kill too many of them. All right.
Honestly, with Alice Wade, you never know. You never know if she decides to Velcro get stuck on one of them, so sometimes it's for the best just to kill them all.
Ooh, well that was actually good. Hey, you stayed in there.
Once you step into the elevator, it convinces Alice Wade, oh, I need to get down to the elevator, even if she was otherwise stuck on something. Though, sometimes she does change her mind and get stuck on things. But no, she did it. Wow.
She did it. All right. So, we're going to have some tasteful feet content because they took Alice's shoes from her. And she suffers from Skyrim boot foot problem where she's got flippers. So in an homage to Maxi Lobes, I'm going to tell her something. Pardon me. Got some enemies there.
What are you doing? Hurry!
Alice, you're an otter. Look at these.
Yeah, those are webbed like feet, basically.
All right. If you have any donos or shout-outs or things you would like to talk about, now would be a perfect time while this elevator music plays.
I do. I have $5 from Pave. Let's go, Fina. Spam the button for me. Thank you for your donation. I have $10 from Anonymous. Thought I was done donating for the night, but I gotta say, I am loving this F.E.A.R run. Crane Fatales are the best. Less than 3. Thank you so much. And I have $10 from Calliopes. Please give Quarter Pony many pets for me. I will. She's very dumb and won't know what's happening, but I will do it.
You're gonna get us killed!
No, I'm not. You worry too much.
Don't have to kill everybody!
Yes, I do, or they're gonna throw grenades at us, Alice. Do you want to get grenades thrown at you?
Sorry, I
No.
freaked out. I'm just not used to being shot at.
That's all right. I'm not used to being shot at either.
What's going on? What happened to the power?
I don't know.
I'll wait here.
In those elevator sections, you can just wait it out, wait for the elevator doors to close. But it's faster if you just kill everyone in the room with the particle weapon, turn them into skeleton friends, and then at that point, the doors close once it senses that all the enemies are gone. Now, Fina, I know that you hate helicopters, but
Yeah.
There you
consider
are. How did we get separated?
consider
I remember the car going out in
maybe
the elevator. Then the next
I
thing
mean,
knew,
we could
I was
just pick
arriving on
up
the top floor and you were
Alice
gone.
right here and just, you know, take her out of this territory.
Why would I do that? She wants to drive. I should let her drive, right?
But Fina,
Oh, it's too late. I already did it.
Oh, Fina.
This is crazy. I am not waiting here. My dad's in danger.
Alice, this building is made of broken glass and hope. What are you doing with no shoes on still?
Calm down.
Sorry.
This way.
Now there's some folks that are going to drop down from here, and no, they didn't. Otherwise, you have to fight them all, but when you have the particle weapon, you can just zoom in as they're getting out of the helicopter, and you don't even have to worry about it, because now you can just run through this area free of bullets flying at you. Just really, it's kind of relaxing, just walking out on the roof of the Armacan Technology Corporation headquarters building. Coming up now is the
Bane
hardest.
of my existence.
The
Bane of my
hardest-
existence.
yeah. It is the hardest skip in the game to hit on glitchless. It is very frustrating, and good luck, Fina. I know you can
I'm
do
gonna
it.
need it. I'm gonna need it.
They're gonna interrogate you, and believe me, their methods are very unpleasant. I'll take my chance.
Not happening. I'm just gonna go.
That's fine. The idea of that skip is you tilt the picture right when you shoot it, it goes down, you just jump on top of it, and then you can walk backwards up it, do a jump, and then you land on the second story, and it saves
That
I think,
entire
like,
run.
Yeah, it saves like 40-ish seconds worth of time. But
I've timed it out to be a little less than that. I think it's 28. But it also depends on whether or not you get like caught up by the enemies that spawn and stuff.
yeah, it literally is the hardest skip to get in the glitchless run. It's really tough.
And the second hardest one, I am probably gonna get first try because many times I get it first try.
Because you're amazing, yeah.
It's gonna be in the following split actually, and called the window skip. And we skip 2/3 of the level with a sniper shootout.
Yeah.
It's frankly amazing.
Got caught a little bit by fire extinguisher. I hate that fire extinguisher so much.
It's rough.
It has ruined me so many times. These enemies are always real frustrating because they always catch you in this place without armor and doing the run, it can be really tough to try to like get there because there's no real place that you can do cover, and they're all standing in the ideal place to hit you. It sucks. But now we get to do just
I'm sorry for the trouble.
a nice
but I just
brisk
needed my car.
jog through the parking garage.
I can't. I have to go.
And we're not going to pay attention to a single enemy in here.
Indeed. Just a nice run. Now is a pretty good time. We got time for lots of things to talk about, Nichole Goodnight.
Yes.
So feel free.
Absolutely. Well, first things first, to update on our RoboCop 2003. There we go. There's words. Boss fight exhibition, $535 and some change out of $200. Oh my gosh, it's late. Out of $2,000. So if we get that net, that boss fight exhibition will be ran tomorrow during that run. We are at $22,240 raised from Malala Fund. Thank you so much. You all are amazing. I have a $10 donation from Val Visser that says, excuse me, Alice, I just got one question for you. What are those? Thank you for that donation. I agree. I was also very shocked about her feet live on twitch.tv. I have a $25 donation from Anonymous. There is no comment, but thank you very, very much for your donation. Again, thank you all so much for watching and donating and being here. It is because of you that we can do so many good things from Malala Fund, and it means just so much to everyone involved. So thank you very much.
There used to be some kind of underground military complex in that area.
Yet another good shot of Jin and her hot dog finger.
Indeed.
They wonder what was under it.
Big fan.
I'm guessing it has something to do with Oregon.
I mean, who doesn't like a sniper, you know? Oh, another helicopter's
Yeah.
going down. It's
Basically,
honestly a tragedy.
Helicopters exist in the F.E.A.R universe only to crash. That is their sole purpose, I think. The only time you actually see functional helicopters doing helicopter things is right at the beginning of the game, and that's it.
Pretty bad.
What about you?
I'll live, but it'll be a while before I can ice skate again.
So,
All right.
this level, Urban Decay, is one of my favorites in the game because it is so much fun casually with the whole particle weapon sniper fight, looking in windows, peeking in windows, shooting dudes on the roof. There's tight close quarters combat in here that you can do with your shotgun. You have a lot of different diverse enemies that are in a close proximity with each other. The kind of maze-like atmosphere is awesome, but also for the speedrun, it has one of the coolest skips in any speedrun that I've done for like a glitchless experience. It is so
It
cool.
looks like it's nothing, but it's not.
Yeah. It is really cool to see, and it is really awesome to be able to do. If like you can manage to do it, you feel so accomplished.
There's little wooden boards right back there that we throw that grenade in order to get around. And we just tell that robot to go heck off. Mm-hmm. Now I'm gonna safety save and do the skip.
Yep, here's the skip.
Failed it. I was too overconfident. There we go. You
No
just run
problem
along
at
the
all.
windows on the outside edge.
That
And you've
saves
now skipped.
so much time.
It's like 3 minutes of save.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to go along the outside edge. You don't have to get shot at. You don't have to go back through the building, down a set of stairs.
Because as it turns out, they actually put collision on the window frames for all of them. So that's why that is possible. It's so cool.
Hardcore parkour saves the day.
We're going to get a lot more of these ghosty enemies coming up. They get more frequent as the game goes now. And on this difficulty, they're not so bad. But on harder difficulties, they are a force to be reckoned with.
In low difficulty or whatever the name is, I'm blanking on it.
It is low difficulty.
Okay. In low difficulty, they deal 10 damage each, either to your armor or your hit points. And they can stack up on you. It escalates with every difficulty increase. So on extreme difficulty, they are around 30 damage each, I believe. Something like that. But it also applies to your armor.
This level is point of entry. On PC, as Fina is doing it, it is just one pretty long level that is kind of like the gauntlet level. If you ever played a first-person shooter from the 2000s, and even some today, you know how at some point they get to the point of the game where they are just like, let's throw every single enemy that you have fought so far in the game on one level at you? That's what this level is. It's just everything that you've had to deal with, and a lot of them, and all the time. That's what's going on. For console, this is actually 2 levels. They split it up into 2 different levels on console because of just how much is going on in this.
Yes, chat. My name is Arashraf. And no, I don't think that it still holds up today, mostly because it's almost 20 years old. I think the scares are not quite so spooky, unless you have friends that play realistic knocking sounds back behind your ears when you're alone in the dark. And
This is oddly specific.
It's 2 a.m. I am never gonna forgive Cancerkind for this. He knows what he did.
I think that the gunplay in this game holds up today, in my opinion.
Yes.
Does the horror hold up today? I think it can still get you a couple times with a few good scares, but ultimately, it's one of the reasons why everyone would love a good remake or remaster of this, because we love the gunplay. We love how the level feels and everything. We just wish that the atmosphere held up. Please, Fina. I believe in you. I believe.
Oh my
God. Yes.
We made it. All right.
So
if you noticed, I threw a grenade through the window because there is a heavy soldier there that can come and block off that staircase, and then you have to fight the heavy if they show up there.
Yep.
It's excruciating when it happens in a run, especially if you're on good pace. And you're like, oh no, there's 12 seconds, it's gone. I have to pull out the shotgun, shoot him 5 times.
Especially if you're Astrid and it happens almost every single run. And it's a nightmare. Those have, you lose like 20 seconds. 20 seconds easy if that dude ends up being in the doorway. So it is very, very good that that grenade throw worked, got past it, and Fina was able to just absolutely go right on dashing by. Great job, Fina. You're such a good speedrunner.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. More of the ninjas. We're just gonna ignore them and hope that they don't stop me like they did previously. Oh my god, they're doing it. They're doing it again.
That never happens to anyone except for Fina. Those ninja enemies will just suddenly teleport inside of Fina and stop Fina from going forward. I've never seen it happen to anyone except for Fina. I don't know why that happens.
Fear is gonna be fear, and we just gotta deal with it.
Indeed.
Fear gonna fear.
What's going on up there?
Get down! He's here!
Oh, he's strawberry jam.
It is an interesting feature of this game that you can just spontaneously turn enemies into strawberry jam, and it's very satisfying when it happens.
It is. It's super tasty. You can have a snack while you're running through, you know?
Yeah.
Especially when it happens right in front of you and you're like, oh man, I can save some for later. And then you just lick your arm in these long runs and keep that blood sugar up. Just
Thanks for the help. Wish I could have kicked some ass.
Here we've
All right,
got some more ghosties.
yeah, and we've got a little bit of time as well. If there's anything that you would like to say.
Always, always. I have $10 from Phoenix Captain. They do not leave a comment, but Phoenix Captain, thank you for your donation. We are now at $535 and some change out of $2,000 for our boss fight exhibition. So thank you all so much for donating towards that. As a reminder, if you want to see that met, when you put in your donation, just make sure that you are selecting that as something that your donation is going towards, and it will. And it simply will. So thank you very much for your donations.
Oh no, the worst reload.
That was unfortunate.
Thank you very much, everyone, for your donations.
Indeed.
Yeah, you're all great.
Everyone who participates in these marathon events and Flame Fatales is fantastic. That goes to the viewers, the people who donate, the runners, and the hosts, and the tech team, everyone.
And the commentators.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Everyone who participates, all amazing people. And that includes you, chat. Pat yourselves on the back. You're wonderful.
Thank you for being a part of this.
This level is called Lapdog, and it basically just features a lot of those ATC security dudes again. So they do a lot of damage, but they're easy to kill. So this has one of the unique features of being a level where killing the enemies is not a bad idea. Here's a huge skip here.
Do I get it? I got it.
You did. Awesome.
So you have to crouch around the edge of that pipe and then stand up on the far edge of it. If you walk too far forward, you'll fall, and you have to basically buffer a jump so that when you slip off of it, you jump onto a smaller pipe. And then once you do, you can slide kick to skip a section of the level that's about 30-ish seconds or so that you would have to run through and get up onto that pipe anyway.
Here's some more healing through fire. Tactical slow-mo to make sure that Fina gets the heals through there. You don't use, you can slow-mo and do awesome things in this game, casually, but in the speedrun, it's really only used to make sure that you can slow down.
You're not dying.
Yeah, to slow down the loss of your own health so that you can heal at the right and appropriate times.
Stay on your toes.
Hey, I ran right through that strawberry jam. Perfect.
Nice.
Got a nice tasty snack for later.
Fina's now pulling out this gun because it has AoE, and then you can just shoot the mine on the ground and it takes care of all the enemies in that hallway.
And the mines that we don't want to deal with because they'll kill us immediately.
Mm-hmm.
The padlocks in this game are probably what I would consider to be the final boss. You've got to be very precise with them.
Yeah, I'm actually incredibly impressed that you've been getting them with shotgun on try one consistently.
I think I got every lock in one shot in this run, and while not unprecedented, it's very rare.
Yeah.
Oh no, I pulled out the shotgun on the ladder. Don't do this to me. Thank you, Stoney, I see that. Oh no, not like this. Slide kicks, there we go. All right.
Trying to make sure that you get the slide kick instead of having to crouch all the way through. Some of you may be familiar with, there is also the expansions to F.E.A.R, known as F.E.A.R Extraction Point and F.E.A.R Perseus Mandate. The slide kicks work different in those games, depending on, like in this, you have to be standing and then go into a slide kick. And in the expansions, you have to be crouching to do the slide kick, which is an interesting, unique difference about the games. Another one is that you can punch open doors in the expansions, but you have to open them by hand in this one for the most part.
All right, this is going to be some tricky jumping, so we're going to safety save, go on top of the arm that will kill you if you linger too long.
Perfect.
And then if you keep standing at that second panel and you just, look at it for whatever reason, it will kill you.
Mm-hmm. All the electricity shoots out of it and you just die.
Yes.
It is honestly, that was perfect platforming, and there's one more moment you're going to see where that platforming can happen, Fina is really, really good at making those jumps. There is not as much room as you might think, especially for the second part. Gonna jump on the pipes here. Great work. Oh, yes, great work.
That is, okay. So I had 0 med kits, and those guys can easily deal you probably in the vicinity of around 100 damage if you're not very quick about it. So I had very little armor, very little health, and 0 med kits in a dream. Let's go. Like,
yep.
Nice. All right, here is the fancy platforming here.
Yep.
This is, I'm gonna need to concentrate. F.E.A.R turns into a Mario game. All right. Oh. Nope. All right, we got stuck. That's fine. That's whatever. I'll just take it.
That's a very, very difficult jump right there. There's so little room to work, and it's a weird, awkward angle to jump from too.
You have to be fully off of the edge of the box, and on either the last frame or the second to last frame of when you're going to fall, and you have to be aiming for that little ring around the edge, and you'll just barely catch on to it. So it'll save you about, I don't know, 6 seconds or so in a ladder climb, but it's tough. It's very precise.
Yeah. And because as we discussed before, for whatever reason, John F.E.A.R is wearing a Velcro suit and gets stuck on everything. This is a neat little thing. Instead of going all the way around the platform, you can just go back, jump the railing, and then jump over to activate the panel instead of doing a whole little thing. And it saves more time than you think. Just the little button press, turn back, jump up, and run around.
Get out of here, bucko.
Instead of turning that lift on, you can just jump. There's, in little instances where you're being shot here, if you are low on health, you can actually hide right behind Norton Mapes, and they cannot shoot through you.
Yeah, you can get 2 of them to stop shooting at you. If they have a clear line of sight and they're not going to hit Norton's model, they will keep shooting at you, but it can help you mitigate some of your damage for a quick second.
So that was the last level with actual enemies with guns. Now we are here for big spooky enemies, all ghosties from here on out. And there's a little bit of tech right here. Fina's gonna throw away this gun because you lose all your guns here. So Fina's throwing it on the ground so that now when F.E.A.R only has a pistol, when F.E.A.R gets out of this little fiery ghostly scene, F.E.A.R can just pick up the gun again instead of losing it there.
And that's the AoE one. That's the important one.
Yeah.
You and I were born from the same mother.
Now he'll spawn directly in front of you, and then to the left, and then to the right, and then behind you. So there's a pattern. I don't know exactly where he spawns every time, but I don't have it down to which fire patch he's next to. But that's a good rule to have.
Deep in another.
And now we finally kill Paxton Fettle for good as he's laying there eating Alice Wade. Rip Alice Wade. That was me wearing a Velcro suit and getting caught on nothing.
Yeah.
And now we're about to meet Alice Wade's father, who is, I think, technically our grandfather.
Yeah, Harlan Wade.
It's a weird champ family tree in here. We're not going to think too much about it.
Indeed. Just to kind of let folks know, this is such a great game with a great story, but it's also very, very dark and upsetting and dismal. So if you are interested in the story, I highly encourage you to check out the game. It is
Be prepared for some
good.
triggering things, especially if you're going to play through the expansions and the other games. It's very graphic, and Rip Holiday, thank goodness he dies in an expansion. It's not canon. It doesn't actually happen, don't worry. Less family tree and more family Tangela. Oh, I hate it, but where's the lie?
Here's a maneuver by Fina to try to take care of these enemies quick. Is just run forward. Run forward, out of the way of things, kill a small number of them, perhaps. Oh, you skipped them. Nice.
I ran into one by mistake, but time resumes at its quicker pace once we've killed all the enemies. And that will happen with these ghost spawns. So tanking them out is arguably more effective than just shooting them, which I'm about to do right now. So,
Yep.
And that's the last one, okay.
Awesome.
And here we go. Oh my word, we did it.
Nice.
Okay, all right, wow.
Those enemies can swarm you and kind of hit you all simultaneously, which is like an instant, what, like 120 damage?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not very careful, they will immediately kill you. Are those wormholes? Kinda, sorta. They're more like portals that Alma is opening up from her own ravaged psyche and emitting spirits of pure anger out into the world.
Indeed.
In order to kill everything that moves.
How to define Alma? Woman literally too angry to die.
Actually true. Literally too angry to die.
All right, flashing lights warning for a good portion
The rest of
the
this
game here.
I will tell you when it's over, but flashing lights warning, yes.
Yeah. Tanking a lot, but also using the AoE to clear a lot of the enemies. They die in one hit. So using the blast from the sonic cannon there, it creates that AoE and everything nearby. It just goes. There's
Do a
the
little
jump.
quick save. Yep. Do a little quick save because of it. And why can we not?
The Velcro betrayed us.
Unreal.
Yeah.
If there was it's normally so slick when you're just like, oh, railing, and then we're on. And I've been messing that one up a lot more recently. Hopefully, it's a little bit better in the future. All right, don't reload too early. There we go. I compulsively reload sometimes, so I get some extra time on those ghosties. All right, we're keeping the flashing lights warning because in the entrance of this area of the split, there's still going to be some explosions and some pipes bursting. We want to keep that up.
He's alive. I just picked up
This is the final split of the game, the final section. We are running away from this facility. And it's a pretty intense run. By the way, using that little corner jump there, you do stop some enemies from spawning, but it's just kind of like gauntlet, try not to die from these dudes now. That's the idea and concept of this section.
All right. And
go for the box skip.
Oh, we got it.
Nice. Using the sonic cannon to hit those little boxes against the big ones, and that allows you to jump up right on the ledge. Sometimes you can get betrayed by those boxes, so that was awesome.
They stacked up too. I barely needed to jump at all.
Yeah, that was really awesome.
All right,
here's just be locked in the room and deal with a bunch of them, try to get the AoE to hit as many as possible as they come out of the wormhole here.
And the flashing lights warning can go away. There's not going to be too much that's going to be too bad from here on out.
there goes the floorboards, which means that you can just drop down in here, run on through. You gonna tank them? Yeah, you are. So
there's really no way around that. All right, so it's gonna be very dark in here because my game shadows are all enabled, and my flashlight just doesn't work for whatever reason. Alma is to our left here, and we need to move over into the side so that she doesn't reach out and grab us and immediately kill us.
You can't see it, but Fina did something really incredible, and here's Fina quick saving through here to save time so that Alma doesn't have the ability to actually jump out and reach Fina. So much happened there. I cannot stress how cool that was. Every time I see Fina do it, I'm just like, that's amazing. Here, if you start shooting and you hit every single shot and be in this little corner, you can just get Alma. And she actually got a little bit on you there, which was...
Yeah, she was walking forward. I didn't let go of my W key fast enough. But there is... if you walk forward, you trigger her to automatically spawn. We're going to jump into this cutscene and move around because we can, and spaghetti code.
Take her back to the vault.
Here goes, Fina just...
Hi, Mom.
There's our mom.
And there's Alma Wade.
Yep, the big reveal that says, you are her son, which is why you are so incredibly awesome and
all
able
right,
to
chat,
do slow
we're gonna shoot at a nuclear explosion, and when the next loading screen appears is when we're gonna call time.
Yep, time is coming up.
So I will call it for you. But we have to stop that nuke. We have to shoot them. It solved every problem so far, Point Man. Shoot more. And that is first encounter assault recon. So we will call time in... time.
Great run, Fina. Great run.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We're gonna check out the little epilogue bit right here, and then I'm gonna quit back out into the main menu. But this is the last thing that you will see in the game, and this is the resolution. Thank you, everybody, for the GGs.
We haven't been able to get through to anyone.
Ready for this awesome ending?
What about Alma? What happened to him? What was that sound?
Bam. Amazing.
Yeah, a helicopter. Oh, no! And there you go. So, thank you very much, everyone, for allowing me to show off the glitchless speedrun of the game.
Fina, thank you so much for asking me to be your commentator. I had a great time, and it was really an honor to do this with you.
Are there any... Oh, right. If you'd like to give me a follow on Twitch, my name is exactly like you see there. It's Fina2112. I do speedruns of this. I do rhythm games. I do visual novels and Metroidvanias, and that's like 99% of my content. Astrid, would you like to tell them where they can find you?
Sure. I'm Astrid the Horror Girl. You can find me on Twitch with the same name. I play horror games, I speedrun horror games, and I do challenge runs of F.E.A.R as well sometimes. It's been an honor to be here.
Thank you both so much. That was a really fun run. I've never gotten to see a F.E.A.R speedrun before, and it was absolutely phenomenal. Just the best to watch. I have a $5 donation that says donating because of the shirt. It was an amazing shirt. And I have a $10 donation from Lord Senna that says, I find the jump scares don't hold up on replays because you know when to expect them. However, the story is solid enough that I expect new players will still be disturbed by finding out what happens to Alma. Personally, the first time I got to that part, I wish there was a defect to Paxton's side button. Thank you very, very much for that donation. Yeah, it does seem like a really, really fun game to play through, so I'm kind of looking forward to doing that eventually. Again, chat, thank you so much for helping us reach $22,265 today. That is amazing. And we are also at $535 and some change out of $2,000 for the RoboCop 2003 Boss Fight Exhibition. Tomorrow we have some amazing runs starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. RoboCop, of course, is one of them. Dino Crisis 2, which is one of my favorite games. Dr. Mario, and just so many more fantastic games by just amazing runners. So stay tuned for tomorrow. That is it for me tonight. It has been fantastic to host for the ending of today. I had a lot of fun. I hope you all did too. I hope you all have a good night or rest of your day, whatever the time is for you there. And hang in. We've got one more quick thing, and I will see you all later.
And time. All right. I just want to give a quick shout out to Mike Kirby, my commentator.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chef Kirby, for having me on. And I want to give a huge shout out to all my fans and supporters at home.
Yeah, so Mike Kirby's actually a pretty good big star, so it was really cool that they were able to take some time out of their busy schedule to be here and commentate for me. And with that, I think I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to be able to run again for you all someday.
All right, you're clear. You're good to end your stream. Get in the green room, relax.
Well, I'm glad that went well. I think it's pretty late though. I think I'm just gonna go to bed.
Wait, Tech, didn't we have a better camera we were gonna use for this?
Oh, right. Sorry, boss. Let me get that set up quickly. All right, should be live in now.